Greetings and welcome to the Magnolia, the show that is dedicated to image, brand, and business culture. I'm Nyda Bittmann-Neville, your host. Want some media attention? Want some media exposure attention for your business? Well, I want to share with you 7 techniques that will help you to be able to gain that media exposure. Now you may say right off the bat, oh wait a minute, media exposure is very expensive. I've tried that avenue before. Well, not so expensive. Let's find out how we might be able to do that. I want to share with you 7 techniques. The first one is, in order for you to really gain media exposure for your business, you've got to have a focus and you've got to have an opinion. Without those 2 things, you're not really going to be able to get the media exposure that you want. Have a focus. My focus, of course, is image, brand, and business culture. And I've got an opinion, a strong opinion, about how we actually create a solid image, brand, and the culture that you want for your business. And there's many aspects that make up those 3 different components. And so I do have a focus and I've got an opinion, and so therefore I can position myself as an expert in this area, which is exactly what the media reporters want. They want to be able to send a quick email out. Let me check with Nyda, and I'm going to do this article on personal image and brand. And so I'm going to send her some information. Here's some of the questions I want her to answer, and because I know she's an expert. And so that's exactly what you want to do. So that second is you want to become that resource. You want to become that expert resource to the reporters. How do we do that? Look in your papers. Listen to the television, go out there to their website, check out who is the programming director, who talks about sports if that's your area of expertise, who talks about X or Y, get their names, get their email addresses. And then what you want to do is craft for yourself a very brief, and I will say clear and concise as well, informational piece about you, what your areas of expertise are, and all your contact information. And reporters, sometimes, they'll have a cup of coffee with you. You can treat them to lunch. You can meet them for a cup of afternoon tea, introduce yourself, give them the contact information, follow up with it via email because they live in an electronic world, so that you can become one of their expert resources. The third is, if indeed you do that, you've got to make sure that you react with lightning speed. They have deadlines that they've got to meet, and they may ship out some information or request out to 5 or 6 different experts in the same field trying to answer the same questions, because maybe they want to include a little bit of a different take on it. Or they're also looking at who is going to respond to me. And if you gain the reputation of being lightning fast, to the best of your ability, they're going to utilize you. The fourth is blog about your press. If you do get any press, blog about it. Put it out there on your social media and so forth, because the magazines, the newspapers, radio, television, they love a mention, and they like to gain more bloggers because that's where it is these days. The fifth one is, this is for you, and that is to create for yourself an email template, so that when you do get this request, you're not saying, oh, wait a minute, I've got to include this kind of contact, and oh, shoot, I forgot to put my website address on there. So therefore, ahead of time, before you even start this process, create for yourself an email template. It's got your name, your contact information, your areas of expertise. It has the links to any of your sites, also to Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, YouTube, whatever it is, make sure that they're there. That way you can just very easily grasp that, put your information in there, and away it goes. Therefore, you don't have any missed information, and you begin to have some consistency with that information being sent to the reporter. Number 6 is to respond as requested. If they say in the email header, place, personal image and brand, well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. In my header, I'm going to go personal image and brand, because they're probably filing it by that email header. They're going to gather that information, and then they're going to start sorting through it. So you don't want to be missed just because you decided not to put that in there and you wanted to be cute or something and you wanted to come up with some idea about personal image and brand. Refrain from doing that because you don't want it to get lost. And then the last one is blog. Get out there on social media and begin to blog about your area of expertise. Why? Because individuals are searching out there for information. And if you create a blog, just as what I do when I put out my blog on the first Friday of every month, and I talk about aspects of image, brand, and business culture. And I put it up on YouTube, as everybody knows, and it's on my website as well. So, you know, what this does is creates, again, that consistent marketing. It has people starting to seek you out. If they find you, they like what you blog about, then they're going to subscribe to that blog and you're going to begin to build that database. So those are 7 ways that you can gain media exposure for your business. So start positioning yourself to gain that exposure. And if you need help on any of the things that we've talked about today or anything that can help you with image, brand, and your business culture, just click on to the Magnolia.tv and contact me. We'll definitely have a conversation about it and I'll help you in any way that I can. So thanks for watching the Magnolia today. Until next week, Nyda Bittmann-Neville, your host. Thank you so much.